Okay, I think I'm ready. Okay. Whee! Wow, hello everyone. My name is Kurose Lane, and today we're gonna be talking about the cover. I am so excited that this is finally out. I have been working on it for such a long time. So I'm really happy that it is finally finished. Do pardon me, I have my dinner in front of me right now. I made some sushi because I have been really craving it, and takeout is expensive, and I had the necessary ingredients available that are parasite free, so I'm not dying tonight. Congrats on the cover release. It was awesome. Thank you so much. So the moment that I hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, I wanted many things, and I realized how many things I wanted at the same time, and I was like, okay, I need to cut my time wisely. So the first thing that was a guarantee, it was like I 100% am doing, was a cover. That was like non-negotiable for me. It was like, I have to have that. The second thing that was debatable was whether I was going to start streaming or not. As you can see, it's happening. I am streaming, but it was something that was kind of on my like question mark list. Like I basically wrote out a pros and cons list of whether or not I should start doing streaming. Because I generally, I'm the music girl. You know, like I'm here for mainly one thing, which is just to be able to sing, and that's my main goal. And I was like, how many more people am I going to be able to reach as I sing? And I'm frozen again. I love it here. Hopefully that works. But yeah, those were like my main things that I wanted to tackle. And then the third thing that I wanted to do, which I am still working on, it just didn't come in time for debut, is a voice pack. Whoa! I had announced really early on that I was working on a voice pack. And I put out a poll about what everybody wanted to put in, right? So like, I think I had multiple concepts for the voice pack that I wanted to do. And we ended up settling on lore. The voice pack is still in the works. I want to make it very clear. It's just, I do everything myself here. So from like sound design and things like that, I want to get it done pretty soon because frankly, due to my apprenticeship, I get access to many materials, but that apprenticeship is going to vanish sooner than later. So I want to be pretty careful about where I'm putting my time and energy into. I decided that I had a few songs in mind for what the 1,000 subscriber cover was going to be. And I decided, I don't know, like there were so many options, right? I balanced between, there was one song which was Kyukurarin, which I mentioned on my debut that was a possibility. I was also thinking about other songs as well that all revolved around the theme of idols or hiding feelings. I wanted it to be connected to both my idol persona and also the deeper parts of my lore. and about being a witch and being hiding sort of the inner self, if that makes sense. And so at the end of the day, I went between Kyukurarin and an idol, and I put out a poll way back. I think I'm going to put in the effort to find it this time, because I didn't last time, and I was like, I don't want to waste time for anybody. But this time I'm going to try and scroll through my posts to find it, because I do this thing where I like your contributions to what I'm going to do. I like being able to I like being able to make you feel involved in everything that I do as well, because, you know, I really wouldn't be here and doing this without anybody here, and I have to extend that gratitude to everyone else as well. So yes, okay. Working on debut materials, quick, help me pick a cover, but you don't know what song it is. And Exhausted Idol but cute was Kyukurarin. And Exhausted Idol but snazzy was this song, Idol. I was very unsure about whether or not I could sing this song. I like everyone else who watched anime at the time that Oshinoko made its first episode. There were so many people that were obsessed with this song, and I am not an exception. I'm the standard. I loved this song to the bone. And I really like YOASOBI. They are both such really cool artists. But also, oh my god, they are also like both absolute beasts. I pitched this down, I think 1 or 2 semitones, and even then I struggled with singing. I was having such a hard time with it, both from like a pacing standpoint and all that other stuff. I was just like, I was having so much difficulty trying to make it work, if that makes sense. Hopefully. I think I got it to a point where I was happy with it finally. So hopefully that shows through and it's not too bad. Hi, Auntie. Yeah, so hopefully everything was a-okay on that front. I worked so hard on this cover. I actually, once I started, I procrastinated this for a really, really long time. I was like, ugh, I have to record the cover. No, I have to record the cover. But you know, once it got down to it, like, then it got a little bit better. Like I was a little bit more happy with what I had got, with what I made, right? That makes more sense, with what I made. But once I got down to it and I started recording properly and all that other stuff, I got it done pretty fast afterwards. It was I just had to get over a lot of the hills and valleys of everything, and then everything was all right. So I managed to make it through, and I'm really happy about that. But yeah. Oh, I should do the obligatory I made a cover post. And pin that to this here station. Hold on. New cover out. Ooh, that is a Twitter link. That's not. That is not what it. I'm very proud of what I managed to make, which is, I'm very happy with this. I didn't think that this would sound as good as it did, but I managed. Ah, yippee! Did I just make the song of the summer? New cover out. I sang Idol by YOASOBI. Okay. And then I can put that. Yippee. Okay. The next thing that I was like, when the cover or when the post went public of I'm making a cover, you guys get to vote, you guys decide. Once those poll results were in, I was like, okay, now I have to choose. Now I have to like commit to it. But there was also a part of me that was like, no one knows what the song is. I could just change it. I could just pick a different song. So I decided, like, I was like, if this goes horribly, then I could just pick something else and nobody will know because no one knows what the songs are. I could just do whatever. But I ended up commissioning Kai once again to do the art for the cover, and Kai did such an amazing job at the artwork that I immediately was like, no, I have to commit. I have to commit to this. I have to finish this because they made such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful piece of art that I was like, okay, I gotta, I have to. I have no other choice but to commit to this song because I would literally hate to let them down. Let me eat my food. So I committed to it. I made all of it. Okay. The process of making the video afterwards is really simple. I used Kai's art for the video, and I did silly little things to make audio visualizers and also put the lyrics on the screen. I am really bad. I am really bad at making videos, I think. Actually, no. You know what? I'm gonna have more confidence in myself. I'm the best in the world at making videos. So actually, I knew the entire time that this cover video was going to be absolutely amazing and absolutely stunning. And you can all clip that. And you can quote me on it. No. I wanted the video to be pretty simple at the end of the day. I knew in my heart and my soul that if I was going to make a really, really, really detailed video for this, I was going to burn out real fast. I was going to burn out before I even had debuted. So I wanted it to be simple and I wanted it to be handled and I wouldn't have to stress out about it at all, because there were so many things that were stacked up on top of each other throughout the entirety of prepping for debut. Confidence is key. Yes, I'm the best in the world. I am the best in the world at everything, and nothing can bring me down. Nothing. Sorry. But truly, I wanted to do and get everything to be as simple as I could, without being just bare bones. I wanted it to be visually interesting, which is why I had the audio visualizers and all that stuff, added a little bit of black and white and all that other stuff, and have something that you could look at and be interested in throughout the cover, which is not just my voice. Because we listen with our ears. We listen with our ears, but we also listen with our eyes, you know? So you need to have something there, right? So I wanted it to be interesting while also being simple enough that I could balance my debut lore video and like the actual elements of my debut, making my set list, and also my apprenticeship. Being in academia is so... everything was happening all at once, right? I had so many things that I needed to get done. I was designing images for my lore video. I was making my own logo. I was doing this and recording and mixing and everything. And also trying to maintain good standing in my apprenticeship. Yeah, that and the fake it till you make it. Absolutely. And boy, was I faking this throughout the entire time. I was just trying my best. The only thing I can do, try my best to get to where I need to be, right? But I think the struggle and the strife was worth it. I think it turned out pretty well. I hope. No, it did. It did turn out well. I'm very proud of what I came out with, and I'm very proud of what I have to show for it as well. And thank you so much to everyone who contributed to it. Not just the artist, but also Yoasobi for making the song. Wouldn't be able to sing the song if it wasn't made in the first place. And for the encouragement. Oh my gosh. I had my sister and a few friends kind of just like encourage me and cheer me on while I was making this. So I'm super happy that I have a good support system. It did. Okay, thank God. I'm frozen again, but I'm eating food, so actually this is a great time. Let me switch out my input for this because I think that is the issue. I also won't be streaming for too long, simply because Flavorfully is doing their digital stars set. And I want to watch that. You're welcome for the contributions. Only voted on a poll. That's so funny. I appreciate your contribution as well, Kali. I mean, I wouldn't have been able to sing the song if it weren't for the poll that was made. So that is super unflattering. Okay, that should be more stable, I think. So yeah, I'm really happy with what we have, right? Also, the last thing that I wanted to do was before I go off today, was show you some of the project file. Aha! I took a picture of the project file before I had chosen any of the takes that I did, and it was just like 5 million takes. Hold on, I think I can find it actually. Let me see. It's definitely somewhere in my folders. Let me see. Where is it? Where is she? There she is. It's just so full of like let me put this in the side. That's what the picture I sent was of my project files. This was actually after everything was all settled and the dust was all settled. Once I chose everything that I needed. The other project file is so much worse. Or the other screenshot that I had rather was so much worse. Because it was just a mess. It was an absolute mess. It's like you could see all of these takes in the corner of everything, and it was just so filled up, and I was like, I was so overwhelmed, and I was like, I need to take a screenshot and share this with the world so that they know how stressed out I am and they can also be stressed out. It's so many. Oh my god, so many. And also I'd like to be so clear on this. I'm not a mixer or anything like that. I barely know how to do this. I basically record things and then throw on plugins. Throw on plugins that other mixers recommend that are also free because I can't really, I'm not in the place to pay for them right now. I get free plugins and then I'm like, okay, does this sound good? Does this sound balanced? and then it's only balanced in my headphones, and then I never listen to them on speakers because I get shy and embarrassed because I live with other people. So I'm like, I don't want them to hear it. And so it's just all in this corner, and I'm like, I don't know if this sounds good on other things, but okay, sure. And that's how I mix. And then I adjust volumes and stuff for that. But yeah. So there were some things that I wanted to peek out and show, because there were certain things that were not initially in the original recording of Idol. So we're gonna go over here. Did you know you have 30 minutes? 30. Yes, 30. Okay, I'm gonna push this over here. So this is my file. I think I have it right now so that everything is a cappella. Okay, there's so much going on. There's so many colors. I decided I was going to mark everything blue when I when I was finished, right? So when you take multiple takes on Reaper, if you are unfamiliar with Reaper, multiple takes turn into different colors, right? But for me, when I'm finished, especially when I'm doing something at such large of a scale and for so long, because I'm so used to doing shorts for my covers and just doing maybe like 30-second snippets, maybe 60 seconds max. When it comes to these things, I don't really get as overwhelmed, right? If that makes sense. When I'm doing something that is full length like this, I have to try and make things a little bit easier on myself so I don't get as overwhelmed. So I color coded everything to make sure that when things were done, they were done. And I made sure that I had to remember that, because sometimes I'll open up my project file later and I'll be like, what did I work on last time? I can't remember at all. So blue stood for finished. And then I left anything that wasn't finished gray at some point, but then I ended up turning it to red. It basically functioned on like a stoplight sort of progression. If it was red, everything was raw audio, no mixing done, no tuning done at all. If it was orange, then it was like, okay, we've done our tuning and our main plugin stuff. Now we have to actually work on making sure everything is balanced. And then when it was blue, it was like, yay, you're done. Wee, awesome. Woo! So there was that. I didn't do any super unique harmonies for the most part. Most of the harmonies were pretty standard. Let me see. This is the second chorus, I think. Let me know if you hear this. Go on the blue light. Got it. Yeah. Actually, fun fact, in Japan, when you do your green light, technically they do say blue light, if I'm remembering correctly. I think they do say like owl for their blue light. For their go. I remember, if I'm remembering correctly. If I'm wrong, then just drinking some water before we play this. Okay, awesome. So this is the second chorus, right? And all of the harmonies are pretty standard, so it goes all the way down here. Oh gosh, okay. 誰もが信じ崇めてるまさに最強で無敵のアイドル弱点なんて見当たらない一番帽子を宿している弱いとこなんて見せちゃダメ知りたくないとこは見せずに唯一無二じゃなくちゃいやいやそれこそ本物の愛 Yeah. So yeah. Sorry, I started laughing in the middle because I was looking at this and I was like, man, this shit was spliced to hell. And can hear it loud and clear. Awesome. Hopefully, let me know if it's too loud or if I need to turn it down. But hopefully it should be okay. I made sure to figure everything out today. But yeah, this was spliced to hell. I'm like looking at this and I'm like, wow, that looks crazy. This really does go to show how much trouble I did have with the song. I took like 9-10 takes for so many of these, and then like even after like 10 takes I was like, I would like pause, I would exit for the night, I would come back the next day and I would listen to it again and it'd be like, this is garbage, this is bad. And I'm like, I wonder if my neighbors hate me at this point. The walls in my apartment are paper thin. So I'm like, okay. Meh. Do you do takes per section or full song takes? So it depends on what kind of song I'm doing. For a song like this, I do per section. For other songs, sometimes it requires, for me, it requires the phrasing to be pretty particular. And so I will put in the effort of making sure I do certain songs in one take and then do multiple takes for the full song. That does get a little bit more exhausting for me personally because we're going through an entire song. But things like if I'm doing a song for like musical theater, I think also when I did my Patchwork Staccato cover, that was also all one take because that was the kind of song that was very particular about its phrasing, and also it was just easier for me to do them all in one go. But for this, because all of this was just so complicated for me, I did them piece by piece and like in sections. So I have up in here, these were for these first two that aren't the main instrumental track. These are my lead vocals. And again, I don't produce music or do much of that, so I may not sound as professional, but that's okay. So these two are my lead vocals. I have my dubbing down here. I just have them turned off for now or muted, and then my various different harmonies. So usually I will designate one for like high harmonies and low harmonies, and then these last two tracks are for doubling the harmonies, and then also any sort of ad-libs that can fit where I need them to. So yeah, that's usually how I make most of my tracks. I usually start out with like 6 tracks and then build up from there. Just to see. I think I'm gonna start off with 8 now. Just because I really do. It takes so much work. It really does, but it sounds so much better when you double your harmonies. I used to, when I recorded covers, I used to be like, what's the point of doubling? I don't like it. It sounds ugly. I don't care. Blah, blah. But then I started mixing a little bit better and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, it does sound better. It sounds way fuller and it feels like you're filling up the space more. In an odd way to describe it. And it feels like there's more dimensions to it as well. That's just me. The other thing that I did, most of the harmonies, like I said, are from the actual main song. I didn't reference any harmony guides. There are so many really good harmony guides out there, but also at the same time, I grew up singing as an alto, so like harmonies were really the name of the game for me. I like coming up with them myself, or being able to do them by ear. I think it's also good for training your ear as well, to be able to try and listen and find the harmonies there or make your own that also sound good. I also really like doing that. And a place where I did my own harmonies was right after this rap. Yes, it should be right here, I think. Yeah. I love what I did here. So to play the full phrase, because I don't think you can really hear it on the final track, but let's see. In this section. So the way that the instrumental sort of breaks down in this section here is so like majestic and almost like pompous and regal and things like that. And I really wanted to have like I wanted to have a callback to the sort of like cultish choral energies of like the fan chants and like "You're my savior," my saving grace and things like that. I really wanted to bring that back to it. So I did, let me go back and mute the correct things. You don't hear it as much, but I think I had the most fun recording these. So let's see. I had so much fun recording these. One more time. I will do it without any of the instrumental as well. So there's that. It was really fun to be able to do something that felt like booming and fun and like, again, brings back like the sort of choral element to it. I also sang a really high note. I think I sang this one right here. I will not play it for the sake of everyone here. But I did sing a C6, which I haven't been up there in a real long time. So if you don't know what a C6 is, when you are looking at the piano, they're on the scale of the piano, we go from A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And we keep repeating A, B, C, D, E, F, G, up and down. So theoretically, your lowest would be in A, like 1. And your highest would be, well, however high you want that to go, right? I think you can go lower. I don't know what it is when you go lower than 1. I think that's possible, though. I don't know. I can't remember. It's been a long time since music theory. But the higher you go on the scale, the higher the number gets. So A6 is or C6 is what I sang, which is relatively high. If you're looking at that on like sheet music, it goes pretty high above the scale. Cool how there are so many different parts and pieces to the song. Yes, so many little pieces that make everything come together. I think is so super interesting. I like staring at this file and seeing the exact moments where I had problem childs, where I had little problems and issues in terms of singing. Because this looks almost the same as this, and that makes me giggle just a bit. I did have so much fun recording this, though. At the end of the day, as much as I like fought and battled and struggled for the song, I think I worked on it for about a week or 2 weeks. But I think it went pretty well. I'm also blessed that this is a relatively short I think this is a relatively short song. So I didn't have to do much. And like, I'm very grateful that the song repeats itself so many times. So I just have to get used to the patterns by the end of it. Which ones are full takes and which ones are stitches of syllable after syllable? So if you see anything that is like full solid colors, those are, so each of these takes were done individually. So each of these like snippets and sections are what I would have considered one take. So I have, wow, oh geez, I have stuff before and after these of silence that I would go off of after each other, right? So this would be considered one take, this would be considered another take, and then I did multiple of these. So when you see a different color, you know that these are spliced together, right? These are also spliced. This was done fully in one take, in comparison to this where I combined two of them, right? And these are like whatever is pushed up and splunched up together, that is basically what I did in one. Oh, sorry, my God, my mic. That's what I basically did in one go. This in comparison, hold on, I'll zoom in on this specifically. This one in comparison, this is also one take, because if you notice, or you can see the colors, if you can see the colors, this is all one and the same color. It's just the bouts of silence in between were a little too loud instead of silence, so I did have to cut them so that there was a little bit more silence there. But that was done in one take as well. 13 minutes left. Thanks. In comparison, once again, for like something like this, and something like this, okay, hold on. And something like this in comparison, this was done over multiple takes. Let me see what it sounds like, actually. For what it's worth, this sounded pretty smooth. I spliced that up pretty nicely, but those were multiple takes. And in comparison, this is what this part. Oh, that's a different thing. That's a different verse. This was done in one take. And then I would do the other one. The other phrase, rather. So yeah, that's what that sounds like. This song is really hard. So I had to figure out what I wanted. And it was either do what I like to do, which my preference, because I come from like theater and choral music, is I like doing things in one take. I love doing things in one take. And like doing everything straight on all the time. But for something that is as complicated as this, I had to like figure out, okay, do we do things in one take and you lose your mind and your breath support and all that stuff? Or do we do this in multiple different sections and parts, and we have to figure out how we can get all of these different parts to blend properly, right? 3:30 seems like a standard song length. How long are the songs usually? I think 3:30 is pretty standard. There are just really long pieces of like instrumental in between. I also the song melodies itself, like the choral melodies in the chorus, are all the same. So really at the end of the day, it was me getting used to being able to sing the melody. And then the rap sections were the most easy parts for me to do. When it came to harmonies, the harmonies were also pretty simple, besides that one section in that I made up. So, it was easier for me, and the recording process seemed a lot faster to me in comparison to other songs. My other full-length cover was Confessions of a Rotten Girl by Sawtone. That also felt like it was going by really, really quickly. For some reason, when I do my short covers, I feel like I spend a much longer time on it for some reason. Yeah. It being in a different language probably doesn't help with the one take attempts. Yeah. It's really difficult. Singing in Japanese is so hard, guys. Found out how to make like nostalgic kind of songs in FL Studio despite going into FL Studio for the first time with absolutely no tutorials. Somehow did it in 20 minutes. That's good for you, man. That's pretty commendable. I've been thinking about leaning into FL Studio recently these days. But that's like an entire new DAW that I have to learn. The last one that I was using suddenly like stopped making itself work. They fully discontinued that software, and I was like, okay, I guess I'll move on or something. Sure, I guess. But yeah, that is most of the stuff that I wanted to show off on here. So let's head back to my room. Ba-ba-ba-bam. Ha-ha! Yes. Okay. This is a cover that I'm super happy with, and I'm very, very, very proud of. Despite everything. I am not super used to making full-length covers. I'm a very like shorts person, as we see. You like FL? That's awesome. And it's not that bad if you're just using piano roll like me. Interesting. I'll have to look into it a little bit more before I start tackling FL Studio, but I really do want to. And maybe for my next cover, I'll be able to do that. Or hopefully an original song. I've been thinking about doing original songs after this. Just to really get my goals rolling. I've been looking into it and wondering, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? But I'm doing a little bit more research and looking into how to make that happen. But yeah, thank you guys so much for either coming to the premiere or just even coming and sitting here with me and listening to the song and all my raw audio stuff. If you guys haven't checked it out already, my cover for Idol is out and it is in the pinned. And you can check that out there. I had really so much fun, and this stream is kind of proof about how much fun and how much joy I had singing this and making this cover. Even though it was a little bit of an upwards battle, I still had so much fun. So thank you guys so much, and that's all from me. Just a reminder, on Sunday, I did say on my schedule that I'm playing Stardew Valley. I lied. We're playing more Tomodachi Life on Sunday because I think it's fun and I want Yaoi Island to continue to thrive. And I have more goals for the island, so we're gonna get to that eventually. And I want to be able to spend a longer time trying to stream it. Because I feel like it was too short. It was too short last time. I ended off so abruptly. I have more time on Sunday. I'm gonna play Tomodachi Life. I need it. Yaoi Island must grow. Absolutely, it must. And I figured for my expansions, because the island will expand eventually, we're gonna open it up soon. We're gonna open it up. No, wait, Yaoi Island must grow. Yes. It's Yaoi Island. But when we get expansions, probably at our about like second expansion, we're gonna open it up and it's gonna be Yaoi and Yuri Island. And so it's just going to be yaoi ships and yuri ships. No head slap on my island. None of that here. So yeah, that's what we're going to be working towards on Sunday. Thank you guys so much again for coming to stream and giving and chatting with me for a little bit. That is all for today. I will see you guys on Sunday. Thank you guys so much. Bye bye.